All right. The first thing I thought about when I was trying to come up with this speech was about basically we're a little island at the end of the world and we've been kicking some amazing goals all over the place. And it's not just in one industry, it's not just in tourism, my industry, it's in aquaculture, it's in arts, science and technology. And the thing is that while the Monas and the tassels and the federal hotels get all the publicity, at the end of the day, all the action is in this sector right here, the small businesses that keep the engine room of the economy going. And that's perfectly represented by you, the finalists who are sitting here tonight, looking ever so slightly nervous right now as I look about the spot. Well, let me tell you something. Tomorrow the papers will be telling your story, so make the most of it. Be ready for that and grab that opportunity when it comes up. Now, Tasmania, in the time that we've been involved with this awards program, we actually had 3 goes at it before we won our award. So if you don't win tonight and you're a finalist, don't sweat it. Come back next year and have another crack and see how you go. But what I've noticed over the last few years is that a few years ago, you know, if people ask you interstate where you're from, a lot of people would be like, Tasmania, you know, and they'd be a bit scared. And someone would say something about having 2 heads and where's your scar and all this sort of stuff. These days, people are proud to say that they're from this state. We're doing an amazing job, and that's evidenced, as I said, by all the people here. That's right. We've also got a sense of humour. I saw a bumper sticker the other day, and all it said was, bloody mainlanders. And with all due respect to the mainlanders in the room, I found that quite amusing. On a more serious note, as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you can all relate when I say that small business can be an isolating experience. And this is why we need the Telstra Business Awards. It's a time to celebrate where we can hear the stories of the trials and the tribulations of fellow entrepreneurs. I know from working in my industry, tourism, that you can get quite stuck in your day-to-day stuff and you don't hear anything that happens in other industries. You come to the Telstra Awards and people are doing amazing stuff that you had no idea about, and you've just lifted your head above the trenches, so to speak, for a day, and all of this stuff comes out. And you can learn a lot from that. Other people are experiencing the same kind of trials and difficulties, and you can take a lot from how they deal with it. Might not be what you thought of to start with, but it's definitely a valuable experience to hear how they dealt with similar things to the challenges that you're dealing with. So these stories let us know that all the long hours, the missed birthdays and the nights out with friends have not been in vain. To be here as a finalist is one hell of an achievement. Let's be very clear on that. If you don't win tonight, as I said before, have a crack again next year. Jump Tours won last year and it was a huge experience for us. I think I've had a few people come up to me and say I was quite excited when the award was announced, and that's for sure. I was very excited. It's been a huge year. We've actually expanded about as far away as you can get. We've expanded to Darwin because I set myself the goal of beating the biggest tourism challenge there is, and that is seasonality. People invest money and they're only getting value from it for 3 months a year, often in Tasmania. So I went to go for the year-round peak season, and that's what we're working on at the moment. We've moved a van and a guide up to Darwin, and we're seeing how we go up there. It's actually turning out really well, and after launching just on May the 15th, we booked out our first tour on June the 14th, so it just came in under a month before we booked out every seat that we were selling on that tour. And I think that, to round it out, that will be the main thing that the Telstra Business Award has done for us. It's given us the confidence that we can push on. that we're not going to rest on our laurels, and we can take that and take it to the world, have another crack at something, get out of the comfort zone and get back into that startup mode, I suppose. So yeah, at the end of the day, I just want to say to all of the finalists, not just in the micro category, but all of them, keep that momentum up, keep the confidence up, keep having a crack, and at the end of the day, just make sure you look out for the bloody mainlanders.